So let's call the meeting to order. First up on the agenda is the public forum. Is there anybody here who wants to tell us about their organization and what they've been up to or anything?
Not all at once.
Going once? Harvey or no? That's the invisible rabbit from Harvey. All right, we'll move on. The approval of the November 2019 minutes. It's quite lengthy, so everybody should have a copy of those.
I didn't see anything of exception. I guess I move we approve them as submitted.
And I'll second that.
Okay.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the November meeting. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? All right. Motion passes. Next on the agenda was a discussion with Jennifer Drinkwater, who couldn't be with us tonight.
She is ill.
So,
She does plan to make our February meeting if she's invited, which I assured her she is. I just wanted to touch base on some of the stuff really quickly here because it's kind of important. We have her and Craig involved, I think, in any discussions. But I know we've talked about working with the city council and having meetings with them, but it seems that we can't just go to the city council and put our hand out again. We need to have a game plan, although they were generous in the allocation they gave us this year. I mean, it was a nice increase over previous years, but I think we need to come up with a game plan. And I would suggest that CODA should be kind of the driving force here to get that accomplished. We need to partner not only with the city, but the university, the private sector, the arts community to see what we can do. I mean, I've done a little research. Jennifer provided me a ton of links that I'm still reading through after a month. It's fabulous. But things that other communities do that we don't do with private funds and with partnerships, I think would benefit us immensely. We can grow the community, the arts community. There's a huge void for performing arts. I mean, not with the organizations we have, but in venues, for instance. If you want to see live music, you've got C.Y. Stevens or the Maintenance Shop, and that's almost it. Or you rent out the city auditorium, and that's not a good option for a lot of things. So I had a few notes here that I put in the record for Sika, but I just think we need to kind of organize something, get a couple people from the commission and reach out. I know Iowa State is very driven now with their new leadership and administration on entrepreneurship, and I think that's something we should focus some on, because if we do this right, we're going to see a 7 or 8 time return on our revenue investment. So if ROI was 7, just say it's only 7%, that's a fabulous return on an investment.
Yeah.
And if we can get private sector dollars involved, that would be huge. But we can get an entrepreneurship program so we could piggyback on what like ACAC and the Octagon have done, teaching artists how to be better business people, set up a relocation program. There's an awful lot of vacant buildings just in the downtown and uptown area that if we could get some grants and get some special financing arranged with local banks, et cetera, we could turn those into conclaves where people can live and have a studio right there. We could perhaps get it something to replace the place down on Main Street that's closed now, where they used to have live music performances, and we could do everything from people painting and throwing pots to having poetry smackdowns and, you know, everything. So I think there's an awful lot of opportunity, and I just, it's not going to happen if somebody doesn't take the ball and run with it. I know Jennifer is interested in helping us, and I mean, that's part of her job with the extension. Craig obviously finds it very serious, but I think if we need to do it, and I guess I'm suggesting to recommend that CODA take the ball and start running with it so we can put together some kind of package to present to the city council and go to Iowa State with. And at that point, then it's a lot easier to go to different private sector organizations and businesses and tell them what they're going to get for their investment. Because if we can prove a 7 or 8% ROI, which other communities have done in the Midwest, I think it'd be very reasonable for us to do that too. But we should be moving on it because spring and summertime is a great time to really kick things off like that. And then maybe we can retain some of the young talent that's leaving the state because they don't feel there's opportunities here. And if we do what like Oil City, Pennsylvania, and Paducah and Covington have done, we can make this a conclave where artists from all over the country come because it's a place they can thrive and succeed and feel welcome and warm and fuzzy. And so I'm rambling here, but that's what I'm putting up. I don't know if we need to vote on it or just put it in the record that it's something we'd like to do, but I think we need to take some action, and I see it happening on us because we are a city commission, but we're all volunteers, so. Any thoughts? Anybody still awake here? No.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jennifer is willing to help. I
Yes.
mean, as far as organizing and kind of giving a direction.
So I did just want to say something. You all know about the city council workshop that's being planned. There is a city council workshop on the arts that's being planned right now. Mike Salzberger, actually from Story Theater Company, is the one who went about making the request to council, and they did approve it. I believe the dates that he was given to choose from Brian at this point were March, April, or May for the council workshop date. And he's working with Jennifer as well on that. And I think the date that they settled on was April 21st, but I don't believe that that's actually official anywhere yet. But I did want to put that because it sounds like a lot of what you're trying to do and speak to would tie right into all of the things that they're going to be talking about. So that might be a good opportunity to even kind of just bring it all, everybody into one room at the same time to kind of talk about the same things.
I agree. I just think we need to have some kind of an action plan to present. I just don't want to go in there and spitball against the wall. I would like to have some, solid things to suggest. It doesn't make them right or wrong, but we need a good starting point.
Absolutely. And I've met with Mike a few times because, like I said, he's the one that's sort of organizing this.
Okay.
Just because he's been trying to, I've been speaking with city management about, hey, what's the proper way to go about what would be most effective in doing a workshop. So Brian's given me some ideas on, these are the things that maybe you want to focus on. Here's what city council will want to see or want to talk about. So he and I have already kind of started meeting a little bit to talk about those things.
Good.
So I remember the last time that you guys were going to develop a survey and send out to the organizations to get their feedback on what some of the issues are and to present that to the council. So I know that was.
Well, Steve was going to ramrod that, and he's
Yeah.
not here, so I can't speak to where we're at. I haven't seen anything from him on it. But I think we ought to have that
Yeah.
out and back prior to the meeting, obviously.
Yeah, and that's not a, as far as surveys go, not a fast turn. It's a pretty fast turnaround time if it's going to be April too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
especially
because
early
my
May.
guess is it hasn't been started yet. So we need to put something together.
And I believe he has been in contact with a lot of organizations because I think he was the one who was emailing folks about the town budget meeting and things of that nature as well. So he's already getting contact information, I know, as part of what he's doing.
Okay. If there's any other information on the upcoming workshop or just hot buttons, if you could CC us on those two.
Sure. And I'll make sure that he gets that as well.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
tell him to include you all on that.
Because that's part of it. Sometimes the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's
Right.
doing, and then we're duplicating.
Yeah, and I
work.
think, if you want to have the impact that you would like going in organized with with a consistent message between everybody is definitely important. So
If we have a united front, we'll get a lot more done, I think. So.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I can be of any assistance as well, you always can feel free to reach out to me. I'm limited by what I can do, obviously by my position, but if I can help in any way, I'm always willing.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you. I'm Jenny Brock-Poller. You know me from the Ames Community Arts Council, and I want to sort of repeat that message. As the Arts Council, we are supposed to be an umbrella organization and representing the needs of our membership. So if there's any word I can help spread or anything I can do to help organize some information, please let me know. I've said it many times, I'm a one person band with a great board. So I'm certainly happy to help, and I'd love to be in on the ground level of any conversations that you're having. So thank you.
Thanks. I'll get off my soapbox.
So I guess the action item right away is to get the survey developed and get the contacts that we want
Yeah.
to send it to.
I'll follow up with Steve and see where he's at on that, so that,
Okay.
because we need to get it done.
All right. Any other further discussions on that for tonight? No? All right. Next on the agenda are the annual grant recommendations.
Correct. So the city council approved a $15,000 increase. So on the screen is the recommendations of the commission. So at this point, you could make adjustments if you desire, or if not, I'll go ahead and put the final, the average into the final column for the final recommendation amount.
I move we approve as
Yeah.
shown there. I think we're all pretty close.
Mhm. Is there a second to approve what was it? To approve the amounts for the final recommendation amount. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Dan? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, now the part I have no idea what it is about. So paragraph writing assignments for the city council.
Yes. So every year, the commission write like a brief summary of what the organizations are requesting for the 2021. This will be for the 2021 fiscal year. So you guys will just take several agencies and submit those paragraphs to me. So what I'll do is I'll submit a sample for you.
Okay.
And you just go after, use the information in their annual grant application that they provided to you guys.
And
Okay.
you send what was submitted last year, right? And
Yes.
we update it.
Okay.
So Steve's not here. We could give him like half of them.
Does that work? Is that how that works?
Probably not.
Let's see. So we have 5 of us, huh?
Yeah. We could go down, like Diane could take actors, Iofa.
Oh, okay. Is that how you want
Yeah.
it? Okay. So Diane has actors, Tom, AYFA.
Or you want to just do like,
Or we could just
Blocks.
do chunks, like divide all of these up into
yeah, blocks of 4 or 5.
blocks of
Oh,
whatever.
4 or
okay.
5.
That'd be easier to,
So she'd have actors, Iofa, Ames Chamber, Ames Children's Choir, the first 4. I don't know how many there are.
so there are 5 of us, and
And there are 18 of
Yeah.
these. So, yeah, about 4 apiece, and then an
Yeah,
extra
that'll work.
tack on for
Yeah. Okay. So Tom has Ames Choral Society through Central Iowa Touring.
Yep.
Steve, Symphony, the 2 Commotions, Commotion Dance Center, and wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Good Company. I have India Cultural, KHOI, Kids Commotion, and on Go 3 and 3.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do that. Kids Commotion, then I'll do Octagon, Story Theater, and Town and Gown.
Okay. Great. All right, the second half of that is volunteers to attend the February 11th City Council wrap-up meeting.
I'm happy to go.
did you do it last year?
Actually, I got stuck in the ice storm and didn't make it.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah. That's right.
So how many do we usually need for that? Or
Just one.
okay.
oh, in case they have questions.
Questions.
Yeah.
Guys, just in case
Yeah.
they have questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gee, I don't remember that ice storm. But I wasn't stuck in it either.
That was that bad one, right? Yeah. All right. So upcoming dates that we have are for the commissioners, the paragraphs due on the 10th. The recommendations that we just approved today will be posted in City Hall on the 10th as well. And then fall 2019,
Oh, no. Yes.
Yeah.
special projects, grant reports are due on the 14th as well. And then the next meeting is February 3rd. It's an early one. That is all I have on the agenda for today.
I move we adjourn.
All right.
Well, second.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.